And so
Oh
all
yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff is lining up, right? Back to back to back. So it's
at
like,
the
what's going
same
on
time
out
frame.
here? What's going
yeah. It's
on?
supposed to be
All
emergency
that's
broadcast system. It's like not a drill. It's supposed to be going to everybody across their phones. It's supposed to be activating something in your phone or something, and all kind of crazy stuff. Like it's definitely some. I don't know, and being that it's October too, like Red October and all that other stuff. Like,
Mm.
have you looked in the past? Looking at all that stuff. So it's very interesting times. I can say
Will,
that.
will the fall bring the
it.
fall?
Oh yeah.
Ooh. All right, what's good, Block Nation? I'm Queen.
I'm D.
And I'm Maverick. Welcome to BlockNation, you guys. Make sure you get yourself some merch. Go to shopblocknation.com. We got flip-flops, hoodies, we got tees coming, we got the book bags coming. So make sure you go to Shop Block Nation. Also, get in our text opt-in. Text Block Nation to 26786. Again, that's Block Nation to 26786 to get updated.
We got a couple things to talk about today. So we definitely gonna talk about some XRP and FedNow news. We're gonna talk about this government shutdown that's incoming. We're gonna touch on that. And then we're gonna talk about this executive order that was signed by a governor in Oklahoma City. And yeah, and then also, we'll touch on that Bit Boy situation.
There's a lot to talk about, especially
It's a
him.
lot of That's a fact. That's a fact. So pretty much, I mean, how do you guys feel about this FedNow XRP news that we pulled up on Google yesterday? Basically, they pretty much are stamping that XRP will be used in FedNow. So how you guys feel about that?
Well, it's about time, that they said something, because we kind of talked about this months ago, and how Volante Technologies was already working with Ripple, so the writing was on the wall when we saw that. So, this right here is just not surprising, but it's gonna be surprising to, everybody else, that wasn't really paying attention. So yeah.
Or the
Hey man,
non-believers, the
bring them
doubters, the
bring the
Man.
doubters.
money in. Bring the money in.
You
That's what
already
I'm
know,
saying. Hey,
man. When you do your Googles, we were on live the other day and we were telling everybody, make sure you do your Googles, because
do your
Google, that's the
Googles.
first thing that pops up, when you're looking at, when you're talking about XRP and FedNow, they're telling you guys now. They're not hiding it anymore. They're saying that XRP will be used in FedNow. So that's huge news. That should be front page news.
Because I mean, it's hard to bring up cross-border payments and ODL. It's hard to bring up those terms and then you just don't talk about Ripple or XRP. That's the part I don't know why doubters and non-believers were trying to, I guess debunk this or say, oh, that's I don't like those sources. It's like, bro, they're already using Volante, so Volante is partnered with Ripple. So I mean, it's to me the writing was always on the wall. I didn't think it was a shocker. I was just happy to see that it was on Google. Like soon as it pops up, soon as you type in will XRP work with the Fed, it pops right up. So
The
I,
haters are still
Yeah.
gonna say it's Photoshop though. They'll still
They
say
don't
it's
say
like,
it's they don't
oh,
say it's fake.
yeah,
Haters gonna say it's fake.
they're gonna say it's fake, but it's
for
all good.
sure.
We know what it is though. We know what it
I
is.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
we
that's
we
that's
we we know
huge.
what's going on. We know what's going on, and then I think the other thing that people try and I guess bring XRP down is like, well, the banks are gonna make their own tokens, or the feds are gonna do their own thing, but people don't understand that the XRPL is a public blockchain, so it's meant to be used for transactions outside of that bank. Citibank can make their own token, or the feds can make their own token, but they're still gonna need that XRPL if they want to make transactions across the world. So you're
Right.
not getting around. What I'm saying is you're not going to get around not using Ripple because everyone else is using Ripple. So either you use Ripple, who uses the XRPL, or you fall behind.
Or
But
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
people just want that in bold writing that Ripple's going to use the XRPL and we're going to use that. Like they just want it to blank. You know what I'm saying? To just say it like that, and it's like, come on now, bro. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's common sense. Like you need it. Like in kindergarten writing. Like what is wrong with y'all?
yeah,
Yeah,
some
exactly.
some of us do need that. Some people do need that. But once you see who everybody Ripple is partnered with globally, it's not hard to tell, you know, where this is going. It's not hard to tell where the cookie trail is going to lead. The cookie trail is going to lead to the sugar factory, and the sugar factory is Ripple.
Yeah, no, for
exactly.
sure.
Leave
For
it to
sure.
D to have a cookie reference. He loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tearing up cookies when we took our Vegas trip.
Word up. Word up.
Man, but this guy loves cookies.
So if you ever
but
want to
yes,
donate some cookies to BlockNation, you already know. Like,
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
for sure.
this whole government shutdown. Now, this is just really how I feel. To me, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think they're gonna do what they always do at the last second, literally, and they're gonna just come out and say, "Yeah, we worked the deal out." But I don't know how you guys feel. I mean, if it happens, I'm gonna be anxious to see how it plays out. But I'm gonna be a little shocked if they do shut down. I mean, I know it's happened before, but
yeah, this has happened before, and jokers did have to pull up to work and actually go to work and not get paid. So when you be
that's
pissed,
nonsense.
if you had to pull up to work knowing that you wasn't gonna get a paycheck, you know, the immediate pay period or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'd be pissed, yo. But
Yeah, I ain't working on deferment. I'm not working on deferment. That's crazy.
That's what you sign up for when you become a federal employee, though.
Exactly.
You agree to those terms. So that's why it would have been no deal for me. But
Like Congress and all those guys, they said they were not getting paid or something as well.
I thought they were.
I heard rumblings that they were basically saying like, all right, well, the federal employees aren't getting paid, but then they were saying something about, I don't know if it's like a petition or whatever the case may be, that they weren't getting paid or something was happening. I actually read an article or something.
They're gonna get paid.
I mean, and I don't feel bad for none of them anyway, because they do all that insider trading, and like most of them sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars. So
yeah,
just from insider trading. So
yeah, Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, Nancy. Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
something in my throat.
That's the crazy. And I mean, it's crazy because she got a video where they asked her about how she feels about that shit, you know, that be illegal, and she was like, "No, this is for everybody." Like basically said, like this, everybody should be able to do this.
Free enterprise.
Like, yeah.
Free enterprise.
Yeah.
Even your president even said, you know, I'm a capitalist just like the next man. I don't care. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
they don't care. Like,
So
as long as you got your seat, they don't care. But as far as the shutdown, when was the last time it shut down? 2018? I think it was
2018. One in 2018 lasted 3 weeks. So I mean, that's why I said it could happen. I don't see it happening though. I really don't, because the same way everyone thought a shutdown was gonna happen this summer, it didn't happen. They came up with a deal at the last second. Plus, there's a lot at stake. So remember, if we get a government shutdown, that also halts crypto regulations. So that's why I don't really want to shut down. I'm not really for it. If it happens, I'm still gonna be kind of like, yay. That means something getting ready to pop off. But I'm ready to go ahead and get these crypto regulations over and done with. So
yeah, and that's another thing too, is that a lot of people don't understand that a few months ago they were saying that, well, wouldn't there a settlement reach on the debt ceiling and all that stuff? Yeah, that's like the first step. They agreed upon like, okay, we're not going to spend past this. But now what they're arguing over is we shouldn't be maxing out, right? So that's the whole argument is. It's like having a credit limit of like $5,000, right? So when your credit card company gives you $5,000, they don't want you to spend $5,000, you know, every single month. So that's what it is. So like, that's what the whole argument is about. So that's why they're going to shut down again, because they're saying like, look, we settled on this amount, but we don't want to hit that amount every time we, you know, hit a new agreement. So that's what's happening right now.
That's true, because I mean, Ukraine's still asking for money. They want what, $24 billion more?
Man, like, get out of here.
Insane.
Yo, they need to change USA to ATM. That's what we are.
No,
that's what we are to Ukraine.
Nah, that's 100. That's 100. Did y'all see that Congress is trying to ask Gary Gensler to approve those spot Bitcoin ETFs?
Yeah, he's trying to go ahead and get it going, bro. He's trying to get it going.
So you know, all this is coinciding with, you know, the end of the month. So the shutdown is, they need to come to a deal by Saturday, which is the 30th, right? So if they don't come to a deal by Saturday the 30th, then the government goes into, you know, their little thing. What's the day before that, though? What's the day before that?
The day before that is the Ripple party.
What do they celebrate?
I don't believe What are they celebrating? I don't believe in coincidences. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm paying attention. Just because I don't think a shutdown gonna happen don't mean I'm not paying attention though. I am paying attention because that is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a little coincidental, and I don't believe in coincidences. So
and I mean, and Ripple saying that they have some announcements. So it's like, what are we announcing? And then this is the day before we shut down, or they got to come to an agreement. So that's why it's some things getting ready to transpire, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they get ready to do, because this is actually exciting. It's overwhelming, but it's like a good overwhelming.
yeah, this is historic. This is gonna be in the history books.
It is. There's a lot
People
of
don't
stuff
realize
converging.
it. Man, people don't realize it. The time we're living in right now, it's so historic. This is like for the history books.
And
No,
for sure.
Absolutely.
And then a couple days after that is the whole October 4th thing that you was talking about, Maverick. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah,
all this stuff is lining up, right? You know, back to back to back. So it's
At
like,
the
what's going
same
on
time
out
frame.
here? What's going
Yeah, it's
on?
supposed to be an emergency
That's-
broadcast system. It's like not a drill. It's supposed to be going to everybody across their phones. It's supposed to be activating something in your phone or something, and all kind of crazy stuff. Like it's definitely some, I don't know. And being that it's October too, you know, like Red October and all that other stuff. Like, have you looked in the past, looking at all that stuff? So it's very interesting times. I can say that.
Will the fall bring the fall?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's
That's what we gonna in October, and that's why October gonna be so interesting. And the fact that all of this stuff is happening within the same week is like very telling also. But now we at the point where we're seeing everything coming to fruition. Everything that we've been talking about is happening. Like I know another topic I wanted to bring up was JP Morgan. So did you guys see that JP Morgan don't quote me on the date, but I believe it's October 16th. If you bank with him, you won't be able to buy cryptocurrencies using that JP Morgan Chase account. That's starting in October. So he's very hypocritical because JP Morgan is doing some blockchain work.
Yeah, the framework for it.
Yeah, so
have everything in place. So
you're getting ready for blockchain,
but you can. Got you.
Right. So you're getting ready for blockchain. You're preparing your bank. You're doing everything possible, but then you're telling your customers, "Hey, yeah, you're not gonna be able to buy it." I wouldn't want to bank after like just reading that. I mean, I didn't bank with JP Morgan anyway because of the fees, but after just seeing that hypocritical news, if you like me personally, I just wouldn't have an account with them. I just
it doesn't make no sense.
That's crazy.
Makes no sense.
Yikes. I mean, JP Morgan is in bed with who? Ethereum, I think, right? Ethereum.
Yep, right. And speaking of that, he just was talking down about Ethereum because of their performance that was going on. That just
with
came
the
out
Shanghai 2.0, whatever.
Yeah, that was trash.
Right. And he was just talking about their piss poor performance, and then he praised Ripple following up with that. So he said he called Ripple a heavyweight. So
those are huge words coming from traditional bank. That's crazy. Damn. So now they're a heavyweight. So before they were a scam and all this other stuff. Now you're a heavyweight. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. So everything is moving around pretty fast, guys. And then just for the Stellar, the people that love Stellar and XLM, I know you guys saw the news about Circle. Stellar and Circle are partnered now. They're working together. So USDC is getting ready to use Stellar. So
surprise.
Right. So to me, that's just a dead giveaway on where this is going. If you've done your research and you know Stellar's use case and everything that XLM is meant to do, you would know that XLM is XRP's, if you want to call them sister and brother, husband and wife, whatever. You know that's a big deal what USDC just did. So to me, if Tether, I wouldn't. My Tether is on 0 because I don't trust it. I'm thinking that's a fall that's getting ready to come. That's getting ready to happen. So
my money's on USDC only because of the the connections, the deep connections, and we talked about it time and time again. But
they have deep connections.
And being that they're with Stellar now too, I mean, again, we always talk about XRP, but you really can't mention XRP without XLM. It's the yin to the yang, and you can't have the yin without the yang. So that's what it is. So if you guys recognized the last crazy pump with XRP when they, you know, won that case. What else was right behind it? XLM.
XLM pumped to like a quarter, I think.
And you got to think Michael Jordan didn't win all those damn championships without Scottie Pippen, right? You know what I'm saying? And even when Michael Jordan left, Scottie Pippen was an MVP candidate for that same
they took him
team
to the finals and still had the best record in the NBA.
So there you go. XRP,
so you gotta
XLM, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
You gotta have both. And also, if y'all been paying attention, so HSBC, listen to this. It says, we are delighted to announce that HSBC users are eligible to pay their mortgage bills and loans with cryptocurrencies through FCF Pay. Some of the accepted cryptocurrencies you can pay with are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Ripple, Doge, Shiba Inu, and many more. I told y'all to listen. I always said I keep a bag of Shiba in the tuck. Doge, I got a little bag in the tuck now, but I told y'all that was the only shit coin, I guess, quote unquote, that's outside of the utility tokens that I would have some money in. Because the banks are getting ready to have a conversion on November 19th, and they're getting ready to use the ISO messaging system. And everything's getting ready to be on the blockchain because they're about to tokenize their assets. Damn. And they're doing it right under your nose while JP Morgan's telling his customers, you're not going to be allowed to purchase crypto, which means I'm going to stop you from making that investment.
Which stops you from making money.
Which stops you from making money. This is a generational wealth opportunity. So me personally, that right there altogether, like if I had an account with them, I would close it. That's me. That's just me though. That's just me though. But the fact that they're through FCF Pay and they're accepting crypto to pay mortgage and loans and different bills, that's coming. So that's what we were waiting for. You can use your crypto to pay. But so now, okay, I might as well get more crypto. Is it at the point now where I can put a certain percentage, because I can get a 5% interest rate on Coinbase, putting a part of my savings in USDC on Coinbase and get that 5% interest, or do I keep it in the bank where I ain't getting no interest?
I get 0.00 whatever the fuck it is.
Right. So now that I can use crypto to pay my bills, what am I doing now? Like,
right.
But we also listen, the banks were always going to custody your crypto. That was always the plan. And just like we had someone from Citibank on here telling you guys that's the plan, for you to hold your crypto within the banks. So once we get the regulations,
which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for me because we're talking about blockchain, we're talking about crypto. It's all about self-custody. It's all about controlling your money, right? Exactly. So peer-to-peer, we're talking about, using this technology. Not your keys, not your coins.
I feel the same way. I like the freedom of, I am my own bank. But I think for paying bills, just to have a little bit in there, that's what I feel like the banks is for at this point. You're just using it to pay bills. That's all it's good for at the current moment. That's all they really good for.
Just a middleman.
Yeah. And soon that's going to be over. That's going to be over. The middleman's done due to smart contracts. So,
especially with real estate, we've been talking about this. If you guys follow us on our lives, we go ham on the real estate stuff too, because tokenization is here. Tokenization of real world assets are here. Your stocks, your real estate.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Man, everything.
I'm telling you.
Everything.
I'm telling you. And we have a video that we're going to show you that we found on TikTok that's talking about tokenizing real estate and fractionalized real estate. They use some other terms in this video, but this is the future. And so, yeah, we're going to play this video.
This particular building is made for Airbnb only.
And this is tokenized, so people can buy pieces of this. However much they spend, they'll get that ROI on rent, Airbnb fees, all of that, right?
That's right. So that way you can diversify yourself and not have to just invest in a whole building.
That gives the flexibility to people who only have like $5,000 to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
This is a beautiful concept, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's dope.
It's pretty sick. These are zoned for short-term rentals, and that's exactly what we wanted, because these are gonna be, in my opinion, like the gold rush of real estate.
So now people who's getting into the program, buying the tokenized real estate through you, they're going to be able to be a part of that, the
Correct.
Airbnb wave, that gold rush.
You're gonna buy stable coins, and then with those stable coins, which are dollar-backed cryptocurrencies, you'll be able to come and just buy a fraction of this. So if you got $100 only, every quarter, you're gonna receive your dividend, your payout for this. You can sell your cryptocurrency tied to the real estate like that. No middleman. Just the smart contracts, the technology, and you.
This right here seems so simple. It's like a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. We're gonna transfer the value from the haves to the have-nots. You know, with tokenized real estate, every building that you see around us, you're gonna be able to buy a fraction of that. Now, that infrastructure is being built right now on the blockchain, but it's coming and we're doing it.
Yeah, so then boom. So yeah, now you guys
that's
see
massive.
That's
that
crazy.
this is a game changer. A fucking game changer. That changes everything because the smart contracts are going to allow you to have an additional income now. So now you own a piece of that building or a piece of that real estate, and now you have money coming in. That's, to me, that's a game changer.
Two words.
That's what?
Residual income.
Hop on it early. I will hop on it before the masses do.
If you can make money in your sleep, that's real wealth. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Your money's working for you. You're not working for the money, and that's what a lot of people don't understand with the relationship of money. Money is supposed to work for you. So when you're investing and you're making money while you're doing other things, you know, having family time or sleeping or whatever the case may be, or making other investments, that money's working for you. So when you can invest 5, 10,000 or whatever fractionalized investments into a building or into a project, and these tokenized assets are giving you a return, that's massive, because before you need millions of dollars to do a project like that. Now you can throw in 5, 10, or even $3,000 or even less than that and get an ROI. So this is a massive game changer, not only for real estate, but just an investing period.
Yep. That changes the game for sure. So how do you, so D, I know you had actually showed this to us, that executive order that was signed in Oklahoma. How do you feel about that? About the AI task force that they're implementing?
I feel like, you know, what we're just talking about, like everything is just happening at the right time. So it's like, it's no coincidence that, you know, this governor, I forget his name, but this governor in Oklahoma, he signed his executive order for AI to work efficiently where? In the school setting, in the business setting, in the government setting. So it makes me remember of what Bill Gates said about a year or so ago. He said, you will be going to school and work in the metaverse. You know what I mean? And people laughed. People laughed when he said it. People laughed when I pointed the article out. People was like, whatever. But now here you go.
No,
you got a governor.
And here we are.
Honestly, it's some the companies that are like, you know, it's probably a tech company, but I've already heard of companies already having meetings in the metaverse. Like they work from home, but the meeting is in the metaverse, and like they but it looks like they're in the office. That's a thing already. So now it's just gonna expand. Like soon enough, your kids won't be going to that. Listen, I'm gonna break it down like this. Why do you think year after year after year they cut education spending, or they cut spending on education? Why do you think that? Because if this was something that they needed, they don't need kids to go to school no more because the parents are going to be home. Schools only existed as a big ass daycare center for you parents so that you could go to work, so that you could be taxed. So now we don't need this commercial real estate no more. Now y'all gonna be at home working because y'all gonna be in the metaverse going to work. So now your kids, I'm not about to keep, these states are not gonna keep putting money into these buildings, and they're not going to be here because your kids are not going to be going to school no more. They're going to be going to school in the metaverse. This may be 10, 15, 20 years down the line, but it's coming. It's coming. Like your 100%. Your grandkids, some of y'all great grandkids, that they're not going to a building to go to school. They're going to be in the metaverse.
Which seems laughable. It seems laughable right now in 2023, but watch when we get to 2025, which is just 14 months away.
Then you're going to start seeing it. You're going to start seeing it. Like, you're gonna start seeing what's coming and what they planning.
We're going down the conspiracy road now. But why do you think what happened in Maui was so suspicious? Think about it, because people were like bringing up all this stuff about the lasers and all this other stuff, but think about it. They had a digital summit the same time, right before, where they're talking about what? Smart cities, AI ran cities. That's going to be the testing ground for, the blueprint for the rest of the United States. So we're talking about, AI ran governments, because that's what they're talking about. AI ran governments, states, being ran by AI and using the technology and all that stuff. So that's a perfect testing ground, and then bring it over to the mainland and see what happens. But they're talking about schooling, like the education, the workforce, like all that stuff is going to be affected. So when we're talking about these 15-minute cities and all that, these are going to be, ran by AI. These are going to be, we're going to see some wild stuff in the next coming years, y'all.
We already seeing
sure.
it. Look at Google. When you go on Google, they're like, yo, add the AI powered treatment to your search engine. You know what I'm saying? Even Tubi, y'all be watching Tubi, these whack ass Tubi movies. They're incorporating AI within, their business. And even Getty Images, where we get images from. You know what I'm saying? They're incorporating AI.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's why they on strike now, because they're gonna use
Facts.
AI now.
Wasn't we just at the conference, the business to business conference over in LA, and all these different companies was like, yo,
bro, majority of that whole function we went to was AI companies. I would say if it was 100 companies posted up, I'm gonna go and say maybe 75 of them out of 75 out of 100 that was posted up was AI companies.
There's a lot of AI companies.
It was a lot of AI companies. That was like the majority of who was, out there selling and trying to do business with you was AI companies. Listen, they're hitting every sector. This is not just gonna affect cashiers and fast food workers. This is well beyond that.
That's the beginning. That's the testing ground. You know how
Right.
you used to go into like McDonald's, and when they first came out with those joints, like what 6-8 years ago, with just the kiosks, that's the testing ground. Now we're about to go further.
Hey, man, I can't wait to watch this video in 2030.
Oh yeah, this is gonna age well.
Yeah, all this stuff we're talking about is gonna age. It's gonna age well. We're gonna be looking like, dang, we look crazy. Like just because we're doing this virtually, we're gonna be like, man, this ain't even clear. But listen, 2030 is gonna be a whole different conversation, because AI is gonna be emerging fast at that point.
It's gonna be looking like Star Trek different. Out this
bitch. For real.
It's gonna be crazy. So I hope your affairs are in order. You know what I'm saying? Because this stuff is happening, and it's happening so fast and so rapidly. That's why we were saying there's so much news out, and it's overwhelming. It's a good thing, because we've been waiting on these changes to occur. It's time for change. We're tired of the slow payment systems. I don't know about you guys, but you should be able to go to the store and return something to get your money back instantly. You shouldn't be waiting.
You should be a couple days, and you get your return back. It's like, no, you got your product back, so where's my money?
Right.
Oh yeah, wait. Nah. Those days
the
same
is over. Thing with depositing a check. You should be able to get your money instantly. You shouldn't be getting a fraction of it. You should be getting your entire deposit. Like, you got the check now. Like, I got.
Yeah, I already worked.
Yep.
Right.
The hours was put in.
That's why I can't wait. I can't wait. Like all that XRP, FedNow talk. I can't wait. Can't wait. You know what I mean? It's going to make everything instantaneous. Like, let's go. Bring the money in so the money could flow in 3 to 5 seconds instead of 3 to 5 days.
Exactly. So I know some people are like, when is all this going to happen with crypto? When is all this stuff going to turn over? And, we're going to a bull market. Well, the bull run is supposed to start next year anyway because of the Bitcoin halving. But that's when we need regulations. Like I told you guys earlier in the video, once regulations kick in, that's when the institutions and all the heavy hitters get in, and then it's wraps.
I have a feeling this last quarter of 2023 is going to be something different, though. I'm just saying.
I can't wait to see what the conversation is by Halloween now, because there's so much that's supposed to happen at the beginning of October.
Oh yeah,
it's like, damn, what are we gonna be talking about by Halloween? I was gonna say Thanksgiving, but now it's Halloween. We get ready to see.
But before we go, BitBoy.
We gotta touch on
BitBoy. How can we forget?
Oh man,
can't forget that.
Well, listen, never kick a man when he's down. But it's some things that he did, and it's not about him being down bad right now. This is just about, did you knowingly tell people about FTX and you knew that it was some bullshit? That's when I kind of don't feel bad for you. But I'm not gonna kick the man while he's down. But I just feel like he in a tough spot. BitBoy's in a tough spot. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Listen, this is why, and I have to agree with Coach JB. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna let y'all go. This is why you got to be good up here, because you get all this money and it's not gonna mean nothing. This is a good example of that you can get millions and millions and millions of dollars, but if you ain't right up here, you will lose that shit in a blink of an eye. You will lose it fast.
100%.
I agree, yo. I mean, homeboy was looking crazy on the video. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the first time I heard about it was maybe like a couple weeks ago. He wasn't even at his show. It was like everybody else. And they were like, oh, well, Ben, he's dealing with some issues right now. I said, oh, shit. What's up with homeboy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, now, it's coming out that he got issues. He got maybe possible drug problems and stuff like that. Hope you get help. You know what I mean? But
and it was bad business too, because listen, this is something that we'll go on record and say this. You're never gonna own our names. So you're never gonna own Crypto Queen or D Alder or Maverick Approach. You're never gonna own that. And we're always gonna own the rights to BlockNation. That's how he got boxed out of this situation. That's why his Lamborghini is gone. He don't own his name. That's why he gotta go call himself Ben Armstrong now. And he didn't own his network. He didn't own his brand.
Yeah, not 100%. And that's the thing. So whatever deal he had, whether it was like sliced up 3 ways, 4 ways, whatever the case may be, if the majority votes against you, then you're out. So that's always, going into business, you got to remember that. So when it comes to like just doing business in general, make sure your affairs in order and you don't get boxed out like that.
And make sure you got people on your team, because whoever was with him, I mean, I think he was tricked. I think some niggas switched up on him. Whatever. We don't know the full details. Only them people know. But I'm guessing the people he thought he could trust switched up on him. So that's why you got to make sure you're around solid individuals, and you really got to, manifest that and pray that God putting the right people around you, because you don't want to be in a situation like that.
But also with him, he became a liability, because I used to watch Big Boy like years ago, and he was way different than what he came out to be. So the whole thing is he became a liability after a while, because maybe it was the money or whatnot. He was promoting FTX. He was promoting, certain coins that, were, rug pulls and everything else. So when you do that and you don't do your research and you're just, getting the money to pay, you're getting paid promotion for stuff, you got to be careful with that stuff in this whole, industry, because it's still very slippery, still very new. You don't know who's real, who's not. So when you're taking on these companies that are paying you to promote this stuff, and it turns out to be, a scam or whatnot, now you're holding the bag because you have influence. So that's what happened. And he was deleting videos from YouTube and all this other stuff. People were pulling up on him at conferences, confronting him. Maybe y'all saw that, where the lady pulled up on him at a conference.
Yo,
it was like, yeah, you're a liar, you're a scammer. And he was like, he couldn't even come up with like a good rebuttal.
No, because he wasn't prepared.
You're this, you're that, you're
had
a
to say something that had nothing to do with what she was talking about.
Yeah, so he was like throwing out wild allegations at her, and he was shaking and all. So it was a bad look. It was a downward spiral, and he just needed help at that point, because I think just the money got to him. So make sure when you guys are entering the space and you do start to make some money, make sure you're making the right sound decisions. Don't let the money change you. Make the money. Don't let the money make you.
Facts. You already had your mind. Go ahead and have your mind right. That's a sad situation, for real.
It's
a sad situation. I hope he recovers. I hope he recovers, and I hope that man don't lose his family and everything else, because he already worried about the wrong thing. He's worried about getting his Lamborghini back. In my mind, I'm like, bro, you need to be worried about getting your name back and your show back.
And take care of your family and all that stuff.
It's still the Wild Wild West, guys. Still do your discernment, do your research. Yeah. It's still the Wild Wild West out here. Like, don't get.
And this also could be a distraction, because I've been called him an op. Yeah. So this also could be a great distraction for crypto, and he's definitely making crypto look bad.
It's clear
because of everything that's happened. So you got to be careful with that type of news. But if it is authentic and this is real, this is devastating, especially for people Maverick said he was watching them years ago. So imagine the people that were, loyal fans, and they still watched him and was riding with him, and now this is where he's at. So
yeah. Hope he gets help, man. So
way to game the best.
Hope he gets some help though. Yeah. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, share this with your peoples, your grandma, uncle, all them. Cause yeah, like we are BlockNation, we the real news. I'm gonna let Maverick tell you that text opt-in number.
Yes, sir. So make sure you guys text the word BlockNation to 26786. That gets you into our text opt-in. So whenever we go live, have new merch, new videos like this, you will get the text and you will be in the nation. So text BlockNation to 26786.
For sure. Appreciate y'all.
All right, we out.
Peace.
We out.